Welcome back to another episode of PNE Pod, the official podcast of the one and only Preston North End Football Club. My name's Niall McCorn, joined as always by former North End centre-forward Neil Mellor. Mel's, chance to speak to a first-teamer today.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, I've watched him a few times this season. He's a player on loan from a Premier League club, and you think, how good is he? And he's a player who, for me, has really impressed. I think what I enjoyed listening to him is how much he's enjoying being at North End. How it sounds, the dressing room is together. Now, if Preston are to achieve some good results this season, and who knows where Preston can finish this season, the team have got to be together. And he gave me that feeling that he's part of it, and there's a real good bond at the training ground with everyone.
You know exactly what it's like coming through as a young player at a Premier League club, and Kaine has the similar sort of pathway to you. The hardest thing as a young player coming through at a Premier League club, as you'll know, is consistency. And he's showing consistency already. When you think 3 years ago he was playing in League Two on loan at Swindon, to now what he's showing this season at Preston, the signs are really promising for the future, aren't they?
Yeah, I think any young player, Preston have seen many young players on loan. Great potential. That's always what will get fired at these young players. And I'm sure he's in that bracket as well, when he's had his loan spells previously. And it's about, how do you fulfil that potential? How do you mature, develop as a player? And he's in an environment here at Preston where he's getting the game time and he's really progressing, he's developing, he's maturing as a player who might just fulfil that potential, and hopefully Preston can enjoy some of that.
Okay, well, let's hear from first teamer Kaine Kesler-Hayden, who's the latest guest on PNE Pod. If you're not the PNE dressing room DJ, who is?
The physio.
The physio?
Well,
Jacko.
No, not the physio. Sports scientist. John and stuff like that, they do the music. I tried it at the start. I tried to take over, but the lads were having none of it. And then they went to everybody gets one song each, which no one stuck to. So
who's got it? Yeah, go on.
I think it was Jay-Z or something like that.
Who's got the worst tunes?
Probably Whitey. But
it sounds like you've settled in really well. North
yeah.
End. Obviously, at the time of recording this, we're a good chunk into the season. What do you remember of the first day arriving at the training ground or coming to Deepdale? Obviously, a place you've already mentioned that you've scored at before, so you already had a good memory of playing at Deepdale before you even arrived.
It was good and it was smooth, to be fair. I think I came in, Louis was there, Ryan Lowe, and he was just talking to me. He actually walked me around the whole building while we was having a chat about football and just stuff like that, and where he'd see me in the team and stuff. And then I think it was like not too long after, and he actually left. And it's a crazy story actually, because I was driving into training, and I think we were supposed to be in for like 11:30, I think. But he had a meeting already at like 11:15 with like some of the players and stuff to say that he's leaving. So I've pulled up at like 11:20, got out my car, and he's come up and shook my hand. I was like, what's going on here? And he's like, I'm off. So it was like obviously a massive shock, and I was just like, obviously good luck and stuff. But in my head I was thinking, like, who's going to come in? Am I going to play?
One game into the season, just signed your loan.
Yeah, one game. Fastest one.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the start it was kind of like a mad few weeks. You didn't know who was coming in, what was going to happen. But then I think as soon as the gaffer came in now, it's just steadied the ship, and you can tell that the team's playing much better, and everyone's togetherness is just, unlike, I think the start of the season is a bit up and down.
First start was good for you, wasn't it? Luton at home,
yeah.
1-0. Sort of an assist, try and claim an assist of sorts.
Yeah. It's a good game, yeah, really good game. Enjoyed it. Obviously Luton, really, really good team. I think they haven't done as well this season, but at the start of the season, we was expecting them to be, just come down from the Premier League, really, really tough opposition, which I think there was on the first day, and but we done really well, yeah.
What are some of the relationships you've got with the lads? Like, who are the lads you sort of gravitate to in the dressing room?
All of them, obviously, but I'd say Jordan Story, Ben Whiteman, Sam Greenwood, Jaden, Lewis Gibson, Lindsay, to be fair, all of them, like, that's what's mad about at here, because usually you'd have a team like groups and stuff like that, but I think everyone's just so used to speaking to each other, do you know what I mean? Like, you could go in and Lindsay had been there, I'd have a chat with Linz, Sam would be in there, I'd have a chat with Sam, and it's so like such a team, do you know what I mean? And everyone's so together, and
got such a good range of ages as well in the North End dressing room. You've got Danes, you've got Icelandics, you've got Irish, you've got Scottish, you've got all different nationalities in there as well, which must be quite a nice place to be.
Yeah, I think I was saying in the video the other day, like, in no other aspect of life would I be friends with like Millie, and obviously to speak to a guy from Montenegro, like, you'd never see that. So, but I go in every day and obviously have banter with him.
Had some good results this season.
Yeah.
Watford at home was a good one, 3-0.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Leeds at home 1-1, good result.
Good, but I think the game was just...
They got lucky, didn't they?
Towards the end, I think that put salt in the wound, but I think if we'd come away with the 1-0 there, it would have been probably my favourite game of the season, to be honest. I say Watford, Leeds, Middlesbrough recently, just really enjoyed that game, because they're top opposition, and to be able to get 3 points from that game is massive. So yeah, I'd say Middlesbrough my favourite.
When you think about just over 3 years ago, you were playing in League Two with Swindon.
Yeah.
Now you're playing in the Championship against some really, really tough opponents.
Yeah.
How much do you think you've grown in that time as a player?
Look, massive amounts. I think if I was to watch like a game now of like me at Swindon Town and compare it to now, it would be leaps and bounds of just... I think it's more I still had the technical ability and stuff. I think it's more the mental side of the game and decision making and, you know, things you do in the pitch, your positioning and stuff. I think if I was to watch it now, I'd be able to see where I've come on leaps and bounds.
What do you want to get better at?
Goals.
I knew you were going to say that.
Nah.
Close at Burnley away when you rattled the bar?
Yeah, that's probably the closest I've been since. But I'd say goals, assists, and yeah, that'd be it really. I think I just need to add numbers to my game, and then I'd be obviously over the moon. In
terms of your aims for the rest, do you set yourself targets then, like goal targets, assist targets?
Yeah, I did this season, but don't know if I'm gonna.
Don't say that.
I make them high, but I said
that's good though, isn't it?
Yeah,
it shows that you're ambitious. If making them high.
I was gonna get 8 goals and 8 assists, which is tough.
There's loads of time left in the season.
There's loads
of games. Yeah, I think I probably could get close with the assists, but I think if I can get a few goals as well, it'd be massive.
Tell the fans, because these half 12 kickoffs, is everyone says, well, what do you eat? So if we had an early kickoff, half 12, I'd still have chicken and pasta at 8 in the morning.
Pasta for breakfast.
That's what I'm having.
I don't have it.
No?
I just wake up straight pancakes, syrup.
Pancakes.
That's it. No.
If it was an evening game, would you have chicken and pasta?
Yeah, chicken pasta. It's always the same, isn't it? Same food. Some people getting chicken pasta and beans, like, can't put beans on a plate with pasta.
No.
That's a crime.
Yeah,
I can't believe anyone's even suggested that.
Crime.
What about after a game? Say you've had a big win.
Yeah.
North End have won 3-0 at Deepdale. You got like a little cheap meal that you go for, like pizza, Chinese. What are you saying?
I don't mind a McDonald's, you know.
Really?
I don't mind a little McDonald's, little triple cheeseburger.
God, dog food, I call it.
Well, what was yours? Fish and chips.
Well, away
We've spoken about this before. Fish and chips.
Yeah. I mean, that was something I shouldn't have done really. But Domino's pizza is still Domino's pizza.
Domino's.
It's okay first couple of games.
Yeah.
Every away game, it's like this
every
is too
game.
much now.
Yeah. I think when the food just stays the same so long, you just get bored, don't you? So I think you just have to have a good mixture of food and change it up. But yeah, after a game, triple cheeseburger, I don't think you can beat it.
Mentioned 3 years ago you're playing in League Two on loan. What if we fast forward 3 years from now? Where do you want to be?
At the top, obviously. I'd like to be in the Premier League. I'd like to say I'm a Premier League player, week in, week out. But obviously, there's a lot of stuff I need to do before I can get to that point. I think I've got to improve as a player. Got to be more physical. Got to get in the gym basically, and build myself into a Premier League footballer. And that's what I'm trying to do. So hopefully, in 3 years' time, I can we can talk again and I can say I've played X amount of games in the Premier League. So yeah.
We always like to ask our guests to finish the show, if you could maybe in a couple of sentences sum up your time at Preston so far and what you're looking forward to for the rest of the season, what would you say? What would you say to the fans listening to this?
I'd say thank you, basically. I think their support, not only to the team, but to me as well, has been like, incredible. And I felt love since the day I came here, to be fair. And I think you can tell I enjoy my football. And, you know, this is the longest I've ever stayed at a loan club. And, you know, I'm really, really enjoying my time here. So I'm hoping we can finish the season off strong and hopefully get playoffs.
Looking forward to it.
Brilliant.
Nice one, Kaine.
Nice one.
Nice
Thank
one,
you.
mate.
Cheers.
I get another goal at Deepdale.
Yeah, you owe us a goal.
Neil Mellor scored. Preston take the lead. And that's exactly what it means to Neil Mellor to score in the West Lancashire derby.